Welcome, race fans, back to SVR. My name is Webbo, here to bring you the next round of our championship. Of course, the 2026 VR Sim Racing World Championship, top tier of our Formula Racing weekends coming up for you. This is how things look in the championship so far. Lord Vader is a country mile ahead of nearest challenger and the guy who ran him very close last year, Beragos, in second place. Those two on three figures, the rest still chasing that high watermark. Run DMC moves up to third now, 4 points clear of V8 Eater, who drops to fourth after missing his first round of the season in the previous run. Jose Luis Cervantes in fifth place, one-time winner so far, with Soulshock in P6, yet to feature on the podium, but accruing enough points to be sixth place. Smokey is in seventh, joint with Roland, who has had a very quick surge, and we're waiting on Roland to start the race, I do believe, who had to do a full restart today. Christo is in ninth, is 5 points clear of the somewhat downbeat Matt Debater right now. More on that later. Mappy is in 11th with Vicinity in 12th, one of our long-time top-tier runners, Vicinity. Pumpkin in 13th and AMAC in 14th position. That's our permanent drivers anyway in this S1 championship. It'll be no surprise to find Mega Racing are on top in the championship ahead of Brokaga by, what is that, 44 points. Igala in third, Team Cyan in fourth place with PSV Racing in fifth now, with Gecko Racing sixth, and Hector Motorsports still yet to crack the 100 point mark at this current time. Well, like I say, we're waiting just to make sure everybody is a-okay. I just need to message our host, who is the awesome and amazing Zenith Specs, who has gone straight from hosting and driving the previous race to hosting the next round as well. Had an even busier day than I have, perhaps. Zenith Specs here at SVR. So we are looking forward to the qualifying session. Who do we fancy for pole position? Well, who better to ask than our reigning championship leader, who is unfortunately unable to race with us right now. I'm going to bring him into the chat and make sure that you can all hear him. So do shout up if you can't hear our reigning and defending world champion. This is Lord Vader. Lord Vader, come in on the radio.
Hello, Webbo. Thank you for having me on the radio today.
You're very, very welcome. It's such a great cachet. It's a sad state that you can't make it, but I'm sure that some of the other drivers are not missing you, shall we say?
No. I know a few that are not missing me at all.
So who do you fancy for pole position today, do you think, Vader?
So, as far as I've seen, the ones that are most likely to get pole after the massive physics change are either Ran, Jose, or Roland.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
So we're not throwing shade on Beragos particularly, but he's not happy, right?
He is not happy at all with the physics. Like I joined him in a lobby for like 30 minutes, and him, Matt, and I were all just completely out of shape. Like we were just nowhere near our usual times.
Wow. So it is. I wondered whether it was going to affect the SF23s, because most of the online chatter I'd read about was, the speed differences at the end of straights in the GT3s, because a lot of people obviously spend a lot of time in those GT3s, but it's very much affecting pretty much every car. But it's not consistent across different models. Is that accurate?
It's not really consistent. No, I've already done some cross-game comparisons. The SF23 in iRacing, the R8 in iRacing as well, the GT3.
Yep.
And the 296 in Le Mans Ultimate. They all feel completely different to how they feel in GT7 now. They didn't feel that much different before the update. Like, of course, there were differences. iRacing and LMU are hardcore sims.
Yes.
But I don't know. It's just I sent a few clips in Discord. The 296 is dead now to use a word. because you can just turn the wheel full lock to one side and go flat without traction control, and you just understeer.
Wow.
It's a crazy change. Then I did the same on LMU without any traction control, and even half throttle there was already a spin.
Madness.
It was pretty much instantaneous.
Yeah, absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. I'm just hearing Rizbak saying, "Show us the money." Oh, my money, Rizbak. I thought you weren't here seeing the race. Just confirm for me, folks, that you can hear Vader as well, as I'll join Matt Debater, the unhappiest man, if possible, even less happy than Beragos, as we race out of our final corner then and head down towards the all-important turn 1. As we turn in, Vader's going to be watching everything from the engineer point of view that you can get on the pin message today. A good run for this point anyway for Matt. Beragos unhappy with the way the car feels, or doesn't feel, as it were, but a little bit more hopeful that we might have closer racing, because it's kind of ironed out some of the difference makers in technique. Into the bus stop. It always just shocks me how fast the drivers can go in these SF23s. Virtually flat, if not completely flat, at the end of qualifying on low fuel. Down in towards the ankle of the boot. You have to turn your head to the right hand side to envisage the boot section of the race as we head towards the toe. An uphill 180-degree turn. Try and hook up that inside curb if you can, and firing way out. Try and keep up that momentum and climb the hill before heading in towards the heel of the boot. You want to get a nice early apex here. The turn opens out on its exit, but it's very short run into another almost hairpin style corner. Beware of the wall on the outside of this one, and there's a first hint at a little slide there from Matt on the way through into the penultimate corner now. It's a very quick lap here at Watkins Glen over those red and orange curbs, going under the go bowling sign again. And Vader, this is looking a little bit loose for Matt early doors, which kind of goes against what everyone's been saying.
Matt is probably the only driver in the grid that has managed to understand the new changes, or at least, as much as you can in terms of setup. So he's the one with like an edge over the rest of the field right now.
Wow. He is the researcher. He's the professor of SVR. I mean, he may have a rival in Soulshot, possibly, but Matt joined and he was already completely on top of all the technical aspects and doing setup runs. Here is Beragos, who delayed his exit from the pit lane to try and, I'm assuming, get a good, nice, clear track here. Goalie has the top time, a 121.389. What a debut for Goalie here, ahead of Run DMC in second place, V8 in third. Vicinity goes 7th. I can't see the entire grid on my view. I'm hoping that the Hector view is showing everybody. Maybe it's not.
No, there's 9 people right now.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll perhaps turn that off for a second, then I'll hit refresh, see if we get any more, but we may not have everybody. I'm riding on board with Beragos here in towards the ankle section, at the front of the ankle there, and down towards the toe of the boot. Beragos absolutely on it as always. A little bit of understeer through the toe as he heads out. You can ride the grass slightly. It's kind of like worn away grass to asphalt. Goalie though into the pits after his first flying lap. That looks pretty quick from Beragos this time round, and in towards that left-hander then at the back of the knee, almost running wide. They've kind of extended the curb on the outside of that circuit as much as they can, with it leaving a metre to the wall. Into the final corner then, crossing that pit line entry point, and drivers will be picking up 3-second pit stops if they put a wheel over. Beragos only 4th. Vader, our flying Finn, has yet to take off.
That's an interesting time. I know he's been struggling, but that's not the times I've been seeing him do. And to be fair, Goalie has, being my replacement for this race, he was also having issues during the week with getting used to DSF, and I think these are his first hour on the new physics. So Goalie is really doing good right now. Run DMC has picked up the pace as well. He was like a second slower when, at least that's what he told me before the race. Or not before the race. It's only like yesterday when I was in my lobby with him. And yeah, that's surprising to see him all the way up.
So here is goalie for the Mega Racing team, in for Vader himself, who's on radio right now. Not going to be able to stay with us the whole race, of course, Vader, but we're hoping to try and pick up our good friend Nicky as well. Whoa, here comes goalie coming out of the final turn. There was a Hector Motorsports car completely 180 degrees on his inside. In we go to turn 1 then for goalie. Can we extend our pole position provisional time so far? 6 minutes 20 have gone. I'll do my full hellos to everyone in the live chat in a moment. Boost is wrong, says Matt. He's already on it. He's not happy at all.
Oh, no.
And it's just gone even worse for Matt and his perspective. Looks like goalie is 9/100ths of a second, nearly 1/10 of a second ahead of his own best time here. That was frighteningly fast through the bus stop. Looked like it was about to let go on him, but he's dancing on it. Is it actually, Vader, all about the car? And this Mega Racing car that you drive all season is actually better than everybody else's?
You know, I hope it is, like, genuinely. But to be fair, Martin was a surprise one in the off season. I didn't know he had this kind of pace in the SF. Since he was coming from a really good end of season in the GT3s.
Right.
And all of a sudden he just gained or showed massive pace in the SF.
I just watched goalie through that right hand hairpin in the heel of the boot, and it looked like someone driving F124 the way he turned the wheel in. Really, like the way he just wrenched the wheel in. That's 9,000ths of a second faster from goalie. Run DMC has a little bit of traffic to distract him by eye. I don't think it's going to hurt him in an aerodynamic point of view. Roland goes pole, 120.758, half a second faster than goalie. V8 is usually one of the men most likely to get a good qualifying position as well. Waiting on Beragos, who's off cycle, might be just doing 2 flying laps here. V8 is nearly 0.6 of a second faster through sector 2 of the racetrack. Into the final corner we go. This final sector is just 2 turns. Here goes V8 to the line. Whoa, there it was, 0.7 of a second, 120.0 for V8 ahead of Roland and goalie. Absolutely insane. Let's have a look at Beragos then. Has he been able to get to grips with it? Now, of course, Vader, in this stage of qualifying, they're using the boost.
Yes. Right now, like, I don't know who said it, but I think it was Matt. The boost is set up wrong. It's not set to 0.1. I think it's race settings right now.
Right.
So you have over a lap of boost allowed right now.
Okay.
We won't really get into penalties because that's how the lobby is set up.
It's everybody, yeah.
Yeah, we'll roll with it. Everyone has the same amount of boost, so it's still equal conditions.
This is riding with goalie. He's 1.2 seconds up using that boost on the way through the halfway point. It's a 4-sector racetrack, just like we were watching at the Nürburgring Grand Prix racetrack for the rookies. V8 goes on pole, 20.042. Now it's getting so tight here. Here comes Beragos towards the start-finish line. Beragos 8th to 2nd. 8th to 2nd, a 1.8 second climb there for Beragos, but it's V8 who has the provisional pole position. Goalie's gone back out, but he's on an outlap. There's no way he's completing this one. Here comes Run DMC to the line. Can't improve Run DMC, but he can start a final lap. Let's see. Right on board with him with 15 seconds on the clock left of qualifying. Insane here from the drivers, and now he's using his boost big time. That must have been an outlap for Run. He's also got, I think that's a Gecko racing car within a little bit of slipstream here. Let's ride into the bus stop. That's
gonna be sweet soul for him.
Absolutely flat. Absolutely flat for Run DMC and holding the boost through the bus stop.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing feeling with this car going flat to the bus stop. It's kind of hard now with the new physics, but you can do it, and that's gonna be slight impeding, not really impeding, because I think AMAC is in a flying lap as well. But that's gonna be
there's a bit of weaving there from Run. He's already got the purple, and there goes AMAC or whoever's in the Gecko car ahead. There's a
He goes, ooh.
GT7. There's a Gran Turismo advertising hoarding on the road in the path of Run DMC, who's still 0.2 of a second the fastest so far. He's left this qualifying strategy to the absolute dying seconds, rubs the wall on the exit of the final corner, and Run DMC goes pole by 1/10 of a second. Insane here. Beragos can't beat him. It is Run DMC, who didn't feature in that run, a 1:19.9 in the SF23 with perhaps a legal boost, but everyone's on the same page as we mentioned earlier. Run DMC for Regala Motorsports. What a beautiful pole position that was. Pleasure to ride with him. Ferrari badges on the nose there and through on the wall, says Dirty. Insane from Run DMC ahead of V8 and Beragos. Super close between our great competitors here. They are absolutely loving the fact that they get to run without our championship leader Vader here in radio today. 1:19.9 for Run DMC. That's incredible. V8 in second, Beragos in third, with Roland alongside, and goalie back to fifth after what was an incredible first lap. Mappy's in sixth as well. How about that for your team, Vader? Starting in those positions, really strong. And then we've got Vicinity in seventh, Jose in eighth, and then let's move on to the second page. Matt, Amac, and Soulshock. I think it must have been Matt who we saw pointing the wrong way, because there's only one Hector Motorsport entry today. Absolutely incredible.
Yes.
As we get ready to get underway then for the race. We'll get an update in our lobby as soon as we have a start time. But any other standout performances or anything else you were watching on the alternate view there, Vader?
I was trying to see who else was on a hot lap during the last few seconds of quali. I didn't really find anyone really interesting. Mappy did go quite a bit quicker from what I was seeing, but yeah, Run's lap was what I had on the top. Was what I had on full screen.
Absolutely. So yeah, that engineer view is super powerful and a great way that you can watch multiple drivers. I think the only driver I have keyed up on here on my alternate view is actually yourself, Vader, so that's not going to help us today.
Oh, no.
But I'll try and get some POVs as soon as we have them. What does Soulshock say there? He says grip reduction wrong. Beragos says almost all settings wrong. I probably shouldn't be reading this.
I should probably join the lobby now that I have my PlayStation here and check for the settings.
So Jose says, just gives the comment of the day so far. GT7 patch is wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not. There is a lot of consternation. I know. I mean, this is not. GT7 is not alone in this. LMU have had this spaceship update, which they had to roll back in recent weeks. I think the racing I've been doing on LMU this week is on the reset physics update. I think that's the case. So I haven't actually experienced these rocket ship launches. But yeah, big hello then to everybody who's joining us live that I haven't yet spoken to. Hi to Red. Good to have Red here. Riz back. There you go. You can see how poor I am again. We've already mentioned Dirty, but thank you for rejoining Dirty, and Bummy's here as well. We've got Zenith, who is engineering, hosting, and in the live chat as well, as always. Yeah. He's putting in the shift today. So I think he's working harder than I've worked so far this race day. We always love a bit of race day here, and it's a long day of racing for a motorsport fan. No spoilers though today, if you will, for the Formula One. Not everybody, including your commentator, has actually been able to watch it today until later. I can afford to buy a bad French car, is back. Yes, I could probably afford, with 134,000 credits, I can probably buy all the crap French race cars for his back. But I don't think after running the Renault Capture on Webb's Day this week, I don't think I'll be going back for some time to a French car. This week on Webb's Day.
Excuse me, Webbo. I'll go check on Zenith for a moment. I'll join back.
Do so, yeah.
In a minute.
Brilliant, thank you. this week I'll be running the Caterham 7. You can see in my picture there. So we'll be running that at 7:30 UK Wednesday night. So do check out the stream. Usually we have 2 or more POVs up on the stream and a hell of a lot of fun in our social lobbies as well. So yeah, do check that out. If you're a member of SVR, if you're someone on my Discord server or whatever, you can probably find your way in as well and join us. VR is not mandatory for Wednesday. But yeah, we're looking forward to the race. Waiting on an update here. The official cause of all problems at SVR is our driver Arya, who is no longer in the SF23. He is in the G1 division. I am looking forward to the Caterham. There is something about driving in VR in an open top car that is just absolutely beautiful. I'm hoping we can get the Caterham at least sideways, if not any other car in the game. There we have the update of the settings in front of you. If you want to replicate this kind of running, I think well, weather has to be dry for all of today. We have no rain in GT7 on any American track, North or South American track, and so the fact that includes Interlagos is a crime against humanity. I have been really enjoying this week racing LMU at Spa in the wet. Every single race I did was in the wet, and the spray pattern I think is probably industry leading when it comes to LMU. It means it's absolutely appalling to see anything, but it's a huge challenge. I think that the rain effects on an open top helmet in VR are incredible in GT7. It's beautiful to watch, it's beautiful to drive, but the spray is nowhere near what it probably should be either. So I'm just going to get a quick update. Just ask time, and we'll see where we are. Yes, absolutely. So yes, we will hopefully get an update, but Zenith is working incredibly hard to get this all going. Usually he's got a nice setup lobby picture for everything. Vader's gone in because Vader's part of our Discord leadership here at SVR as well as being the fastest driver for at least 2 seasons. He was certainly, occasionally the fastest driver in season 1 in 2024, but became champion in 25 with a much tougher run than perhaps he's had this season. Just give you another view of the current standings here. Just got an update that the drivers are ready. You can see Vader here with 7 race wins out of 9 race starts. And the only other scores were a 3rd, and I think that is a 5th. So yes, we are about to get underway for the race. Hopefully we'll have Vader for a little bit, and then we will probably lose Vader and gain a Nikki. But we will wait to see when Vader gets himself back into the chat. So he's gone into the lobby to check everything out for us, but we will get ready for the race start. I hope everybody is looking forward to this one as much as I am. Round 10 of the 12-round championship, and for the first time this season, no Lord Vader on the grid. Run DMC and V8 will be on the front row of the grid. V8 in the 999, Run DMC in the white and green Igala Motorsports. We've got 5 red lights here at Watkins Glen, and it's dropped the clutch and go. You can see these Team Cyan race car at the rear of the grid. I think that was possibly Jose getting a bit sideways, but getting past other drivers as they tiptoe and thread their way around. You can stay 2 wheels, the inside 2 wheels, on the exit of the curb around turn 1 and still be a-okay. But it's V8 who has lost out in a significant way here, and there is Jose sniffing at the heels of V8 in P4. Beragos has the inside lane on the way in. The front 2 are going through just a-okay. It's Run DMC Roland, Beragos, And then we've got V8. There's goalie off on the grass on the exit of the bus stop. That is a tricky place because they've been at absolutely full chat through there. But you do, on lap 1, have to be a hell of a lot more careful than you are in qualifying trim, especially through a portion of the race like that with those cold tyres. Just to check on tyre strategy, medium tyres for all the front 4. Jose perhaps explaining his getaway from the grid so well. In P5 is on the soft tyres, and we go back to Mappy on the mediums. Everybody, it looks like, on those medium tyres. That's a commentator's dream. AMAC has started on the hard tyres at the back of the grid, so planning to play the tortoise strategy, as it were. Run DMC leads, Roland second, V8 in third, and we've got Beragos in P4. Lord Vader is with us on radio, and I don't know how much of the start you were able to catch there, Vader.
I missed turn 1, but I did catch everything else.
Awesome. Yeah, it's really, really slippery on those cold medium tyres from a standing start. I imagine rather tricky. Let's have a quick replay then of that start as we get underway. As they head through that turn 1, you can see drivers getting away quite neatly. A bit of side-by-side action there. The 2 Mega Racing cars ending up converging quite tightly. We've got the second of the Team Cyan cars right in the mix, and here is Mappy following. To his great surprise, he's got goalie right with him, and then it is all very difficult into the bus stop as they come through. But ultimately, Mappy in 6th place. What a start for your teammate there, Vader.
Yes, I just got the replay of lap 1. That was basically what I was telling everyone to do on the small briefing I did on chat. To just leave a gap with everyone on the bus stop. Doesn't matter if you lose time. It's better to stay alive than to have to pit an extra time.
Absolutely. I think we've got by without any damage on any car that I can see so far. Run DMC has a hell of a start there. End of lap 2, start of lap 3. He is 1.9 seconds in the lead of this race, and on a favourable tyre. Roland in 2nd, Beragos in 3rd, and Jose in 4th position. Great start for the Team Cyan racers in 2nd and 4th now. Roland has been an absolute revelation this season. The breakthrough star, I think, of this middle part of the season as we come into this final 3-race run. Beragos looked very slow heading into the bus stop there, Vader. I can't quite see exactly what that was all about, but Jose closed at an alarming rate.
Seems like he was caught by the dirty air from Roland in front. I don't see V8 actually.
V8 had a penalty coming down the backstretch on the previous lap. Ended up dropping several places, but yeah, he's got down to 11th. And Matt's round for the 2nd time I think today so far. Once in qualifying, he's going to make it a full 3 times. Oh, he's not happy, Vader. Oh dear, no. Matt is a very unhappy man. But that is a tricky corner at the best of times, with where the wall comes to greet you. Yeah, there's Matt gone, and I'm not surprised. He was talking about the fact that he didn't really want to drive GT7 full stop, let alone a league race today. But incredible that it went so wrong so quickly.
That's honestly, I really expected. I didn't expect Matt to race at all today. I thought he was very serious about not racing. He is on the hate train of this patch.
Jose Luis Cervantes using the boost on the way into the bus stop. Sorry, Vader, but there was an overtake there for P3.
I just saw it, yeah.
That's the soft tyres for Jose then, working well, but wow, has he trashed that front left already. It was actually glowing red as he went through the bus stop. High danger. That is probably an indication of the new physics that with a tyre that's clearly overheated, you're still able to pin it through the bus stop. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes, but also no, because they still go red anytime you go too hard on them. That's just how GT7.
I wouldn't know. I'm never that I'm never that hard on my tyres.
Yeah.
Unless I'm actually spinning.
That's how GT7 translates tire load to tire wear.
Yeah.
if you load too much the tire, it heats up to 150 degrees in the last corner, for example, and that means the tire is under extreme load, and the game translates that to extreme wear to that corner.
But yes, certainly that front left is the limited tyre today. We've got Team Cyan second and third. Mega Racing now 5th and 6th after a good start there. Hi to Andre, who joins us relatively late, but all the better for having you here nonetheless. Soulshock is in 7th in the PSV Racing Gold and Black. Vicinity showing well in 8th place, only 12 seconds off the lead at this point. V8 has now picked up yet another penalty. Now his second significant penalty plus a spin, I think. So I don't know if V8 hasn't been able to spend a lot of practice time. It was a very short window, Vader, between the new physics and race day for us.
Yes, it's 4 days is really not enough to get practice on this, like such a big change in physics and setup.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I was reading that I think Low Fuel Motorsport suspended their LMU season after the physics update recently, and so we won't be racing until things are, basically sorted out. I know we can't easily do that. We have a lot of follow-on events and things happening. Here he is into turn 1. Oh, that was mighty close. Wheels interlocking, almost a wheel hook situation there, but Beragos retaking, basically doing, I think, a little bit of a job there with the boost. We've seen boost management is very, very important through to the end of the race, but neither driver really got into turn 1 as perhaps they ought to, or they would ideally manage. But Beragos has been able to stretch away slightly here. Jose's a formidable driver though, Vader, especially when it comes to overtaking.
Yeah, he's known to be really aggressive both on overtaking and defending, but he also knows he's on his last lap probably of his soft, so he's not really putting any fight on Beragos, because there's no point if you're going to beat this lap and you're going to lose like 3 extra seconds a lap.
But he is, I mean, he's losing time hand over fist. Perhaps he's gone a lap too long on these soft tyres. It looks like 5 is probably the sweet spot there. This is danger zone, and we saw how loaded up that front left was earlier on as he was running through the bus stop. He's very, very close to disaster in the wall at the exit of the back of the knee. It most definitely headed in towards pit lane. You've got to be so careful around here. He's really, that was looked like a wheel over, in fact, right at the last point. But the first pit stop then, I would say scheduled, but obviously he was the only driver on the softs anyway, down, and who will drop down now and start to think about his next stint and run the soft tyres and then presumably the mediums. I can't imagine, Vader, that the hard tyres are going to be a viable race tyre today.
They should actually.
Yeah.
Yes, tire wear is so high that the usual soft, medium, soft strategy here would be, there it is, horses on hards. It would be a medium, hard, medium strategy for this race.
Wow.
But it's more likely that the one stop will be quicker, because you lose around 25 seconds on a pit stop.
Yeah.
So in such a quote-unquote short track as Watkins in DSF, it's worth it to lose a couple seconds every lap just to not do an extra pit stop.
So yeah, playing with your shifting, your engine mode and things like that. Once you've dealt with this first busy stint of the race, I imagine. Red has asked, has Matt dropped? Yes, we saw Matt spin, try to recover the car, and to neither of mine or Lord Vader's surprise, he decided that he was better spending his time elsewhere today than getting further frustrated, but backed into the barrier and in qualifying spun on the exit of the final corner as well. Your two teammates, Mappy and Goalie, are together just 1.1 second away here, Vader, and looks like going to plan at this stage.
Yes, right now they might be choosing strategy B just to not spoil the strategy they're using.
Yes.
But they seem to be using the second strategy I told them about, because tire wear seems to be pretty high right now. and they don't seem to be saving too much at all. Through they're saving a little bit, but that's just to make it the minimum 15 laps you can do on these mediums.
On the medium tyre there. So we've got V8 who has been off, or at least spun, and then had a couple of penalties here. On the hunt back, you know that V8 has got the pace all day long to be featuring in the podium. I'm surprised to see that inconsistency start to creep back in again to V8's game, Vader. But again, this is probably down to the physics update rather than a skill issue as such. It's just going to suit some drivers more than others, and that's just the way these things work out. But so little time to actually adjust and get ready for an important championship race, of course.
Yes, I can also see V8 is absolutely destroying that front left after dropping so far down. Yes. And I thought he was gonna beat this lap, but it seems he's gonna go 1 or 2 laps more. I don't think that will be a good call, because he's just about to lose 3 seconds this lap. He has vicinity in front on better tires, and he's nowhere near in shape to fight for position.
So it looked like Solskjaer weaving the car slightly on the way into the bus stop. I don't imagine that was that might have just released the pressure on the steering wheel, got a little bit of wheel shake going on, which you don't tend to get anywhere near as much in GT7 as you do in other sims out there. This sort of static wheel shake, or wheel shake increasing at high speed. But yeah, it's just a strange one. I don't know, maybe it was just some lag that I saw on Solskjaer's car for a second on his way in towards the bus stop. Looks to have cleared up a little bit now anyway. Vicinity running in 7th behind Solskjaer. V8 following their wheel tracks to a certain extent, gaining a little bit on the slipstream for what he's losing in terms of tyre grip. But could we see a 3-stopper potentially from V8 with this rate of tyre wear? Or perhaps he goes to a 2 set of medium or 2 sets of hards in, and here he goes into the pit lane now, and again at least half a tyre over that line on the way in.
That's probably a little bit of lag on the entry, but still, with 9-10 laps on the mediums, I'd say a medium hard could be his strategy, but that's risking it a lot based on his current tyre wear.
So Jose and V8, also, the first pit stop drivers, are at the back of the grid now. The one ray of sunshine for them is that they will have a clear track to get into a rhythm. Jose might get a penalty. There it is. 1 second. Just put half a wheel too far over on the exit of turn 1. I've never been able to settle into turn 1, Vader, properly. I don't know if you have any kind of tips that you're willing to give away on the way into turn 1, but it's a tricky one.
Oh yeah, no, and even in BSF, it doesn't matter what you do. Well, you can immensely increase the rear downforce to keep it stable, but the main thing is that the inside of the corner, right on the inside curve, there's massive amounts of grip because it's cambered positively for the direction of the corner.
Yes.
So having that inside curve is really important to get a good exit.
Just watching the front runners coming through there, and actually no one is following your advice. I think Goalie touched the yellow line on the entry, but didn't get the apex, didn't get the curb. And now you can see the drivers coming through. There is Beragos on the pit out section. So he's been in and absolutely crawling right now. Beragos, of course, it looks like a really, really slow section there. On the way out of the pit lane, got to be really, really careful with your left tyres as well. Penalties are in play for entry and exit at the run. AMAC then has moved from the back of the grid up to P7 on those hard tyres. Even the hard tyres, Vader, look like they're going to be done by lap 13, I would say, on AMAC anyway.
I'm just looking at AMAC. No, that has to be pushing way too hard on the tyres. The hards should not degrade like that. They should go at least while pushing 15 laps, something like that. And wow, he's definitely been trying to catch up to vicinity and the guys in front.
Good stuff from AMAC so far. Anyway, Gambone joins us. Hi to Gambone. He says, does dampening settings help with the wheel shake at all? I'm sure it does a little bit. Jose's dead apparently says red in a
Wow.
gaming sense. Jose's
Yes.
gone, but I'm not quite sure. I don't think we can catch that in
he
the
means like
replay.
he crashed.
There it is. He was off, just cutting the daisies and the long grass on the exit, on the entry to the bus stop even.
Oh. Well, no damage at least.
After the first part of the bus stop anyway, but yeah, no damage indeed. That's a good catch, Vader, because that's tough. Damping settings, I'm sure, does help a little with wheel shake, but everything you lose in wheel shake, you then lose, of course, mid corner in feel, and that's, you know, I absolutely adore like the True Force settings on the RS50 because it gives you that mid corner feedback. And you can hang on. I would rather have wheel shake and have that that mid corner experience, but yeah, maybe I can do a little bit more dialing out. So top two in the race are Team Mega right now as they run through. 1 second separating the two of them. That's pretty sweet for them both here. Can they be saving overtake? Can they be saving a little bit of fuel if they run behind each other with a sense of safety? Wow, goalie wide on the way out of the heel of the boot there.
Yes,
as he
his
continues.
tire's dead.
Yeah, tire dead. Penalty as a result as well, Vader. That is not perhaps the way they've been trained, and he's going to avoid. He's not going to go into the pits this time either. Loses a second.
Oh, no.
Is that a poor choice? Is that the feedback that you need from the car to say get yourself in the pit lane, regardless of what the plan A is?
That should be like getting to the pits. I did tell them about at least 15 laps, but if your tire cannot do 15 laps, don't try to push it.
Yes.
So that you're just gonna end up crashing at some point, or not really crashing, but you're gonna get so many penalties. It's not worth it, because just half a second is already a 1 second loss in like net loss in lap time.
Absolutely. Well, Run DMC and Roland, just an update on them, and Beragos have all pitted, come out on the hard tyres. Beragos 2.3 seconds from Roland. Run DMC has a gap right now from Roland of 10.6 seconds.
Wow.
I mean, that's kind of your territory, Vader, but he's going to be stymied a little bit now because he's come up upon Vicinity, who has yet to pit. Typical for Vicinity, he runs the tyres very deep and long into the race, but that front left, I think, and again, typical for Vicinity, very sporting, and I think he's going to let Run DMC come through here. Let him use himself a little bit of boost as well, but not fight him because both drivers' races end up getting ruined when you're essentially fighting for too long with each other. We saw a little bit of that in the rookie race as well earlier on. No spoilers, of course. I won't spoil that. I'm going to have to remind Nicky not to spoil the S2 result if and when he's able to show. Run DMC riding the grass on the outside entry into the final corner. Goalie has pitted. Mappy has stayed out. Mappy's tyres are looking incredible, Vader. You've taught him well. He's it's one of the strengths I often see in your game now, this season particularly, has been being able to float above the tyres and hardly touch them in their wear rate relative to other drivers. So Run DMC is 10 seconds from Mappy, 10 seconds from Roland. Mappy's though medium, look at this, 14 laps, and they've probably still got 2 laps within them at the moment.
Mappy should be good to go on like a one stop. He definitely has the like, he can talk to the tires enough or good enough to get them to go really long.
Nice.
Like it's even longer than I can get them to past their, I was gonna say optimal, but as long as you can go, it's already optimal. So he's really good on tires on his own, but then with a little bit of my feedback of where to really save tires, where to push, he's able to get consistent lap times, or as consistent as one can be with this new update, and get the tires as long as as physically possible.
Yeah, it looks like minimum to maximum lap times over the course of this stint that I can see on screen anyway at the moment for Mappy, about 1.5 seconds separating them. It's not, you know, incredible like consistency that we see sometimes elsewhere, but as Vader says, Why on earth not? When it comes to, who would expect that when it comes to the new physics update from everybody? Senior Fact just connected. Why is Vader talking instead of racing? Vader wanted to give everybody the best chance possible to catch him at the end of the season, I think, right?
But yes, I don't want to spoil, but you can do the math yourself about points.
We're going to penalise you for not showing up, though, right? That's the situation. Roland, go ahead.
I did it last year already, so
it's true. We've got Beragos 4th, goalie 5th now on the way out of the pit lane. He's got into a nice little bit of space here between V8 and Beragos, goalie has, on the hard tyres. V8 has also made that pit stop. Yeah, Vader couldn't make the race, but he was able to tune into the engineer view and crack on today. So that's awesome. I did wonder when. Oh dear, AMAC into the wall on the way through the toe. That's an unusual one there, Vader. I'm just going to replay that.
Oh.
But that's out on the marbles, I think.
His front left is gone. Like there's
Right.
nothing. There's a single. I don't even think that's a pixel. I think that's just how GT7 does 0%. There's literally no tire left.
There's an outline. There's about an outline there, absolutely. But yeah, he seemed to be braking after the turn-in point, which for me on a dead tire, I don't know, is asking quite a lot. And he's just gone over the line as well because he's just understeering. He cannot get this car around, and that'll be, I think, and I'm afraid to say, probably a penalty. A 3-second penalty coming to him as well. Jose at the back of the grid, 52 seconds away from the lead. He was vying for a podium starting on those soft tyres, but he's well into his hard tyre second stint. Mappy leads, has continued around on his starting medium tyres on to start lap 16. Brilliant, absolute brilliant performance. We saw last season a couple of standout moments for Mappy. This season too, he's had some good races. I'm just going to refresh my memory. 3rd place, his highest score, round 5, but that was head and shoulders above every other result he's had so far this season. I don't know whether it's just he really likes Barcelona. Maybe it's because you really like Barcelona, Vader. But
yeah. But probably passing down the speed
and the vibes, the good vibes and energy as well.
Yes.
Mappy then 6.5 seconds ahead of Run DMC, who has pitted. Everybody has pitted, I think. Even AMAC, who started on the hard tyres, has pitted before Mappy on the mediums. I'm going to try and see if Hector is going to work, even just for a little bit of POV action. Let me try and reorganize that for you, because the leaderboard is not great. We're just going to put the POV window into roughly the right place, and I'll try and get that together for you. So we will go and let's ride with Soulshock. We've hardly even mentioned Soulshock, unfortunately, so far this race. We'll ride with him in the lower left corner of your screen. I will just move that slightly so you can see. I hope you forgive the track map. I tell you what, I can actually change that slightly, the track map, while we're on the fly. Let's do that.
Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure Mappy should be coming in this lap. No, he's not.
No.
No, he's not. Okay. That might be a mistake.
Well, we'll ride with Mappy then.
Gonna give out around after the last stop. He should have no front left.
Well, we'll see. How hard is he pushing through the bus stop? That's going to be, and particularly the chute on the way out of the bus stop is an important one. Full throttle at this point. I wonder if he's just going to lift through the bus stop. A little, actually tap on the brakes as well, Vader. Just a little bit of pedal juggling there for a second. He is being gentle. He is being pretty calm about this. 126.2 his previous lap. Run DMC has managed to 23.6. It doesn't mean a lot when we're doing comparisons, but lap on lap, Run DMC 125.7 that lap to a 126.2. But as Vader was saying, if you can save that pit stop, you could be a second a lap slower for 25 laps and still be on equal terms. So, you know, it's it's got its advantages, very clear-cut advantages as well. Just going to try and get you that. I've lost. Oh, Hector's lost all Twitch connections now as well.
Oh, really?
I'll give it a go and see if I can get it going for you all. Unfortunately, not been able to make it all work perfectly. Mappy stayed out again, Vader, to start lap 19.
Mappy.
That lap was 27.5 as well. Significantly slower, but he doesn't fancy running that second stint any longer than he has to, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, I can just say now, the strategy was for him to pit on lap 20, but he should have pit like either this lap or the lap before this one.
Now the gap to run is now 3.2, so run is gaining significantly here, but it looks to me like run is on a two-stopper, maybe a set of softs at the end.
23 on hards, yeah, maybe. He is saving some tires, a little. He's saving a little bit of tire wear on the hards, but still, he's gaining us 2 seconds every lap. Might be 3 seconds actually.
Yeah, 25.8, 25.6 the last 2 laps for Roland, 25.2, 25.7 for Run. Mappy 27.5 and 26.2, and here it is, down to under a second now. Come on, Mappy, make the right choice now at least. Don't stick with 24 laps if that was Plan A. He's almost being overtaken here, which is a nightmare. But into the penultimate corner we go for Mappy. Yeah, peels off to the right-hand side. Can he make it through on this tyre? Yes, he's managed to skate across that yellow line and stay legal. So at least into the pit lane then for Mappy for the first time at the end of lap 19, start of lap 20. Run DMC retakes the lead of the race. Roland will take Mappy as well, but both these drivers, I suspect, need an extra pit stop. I don't know for sure. I've certainly been proven wrong many times before when I've made predictions like this. Goalie goes by Beragos in third, Goalie in fourth, V8 now back to fifth. This guy works miracles sometimes, Vader, once he gets going.
Absolutely. I mean, V8, he's had pretty unlucky moments this season, earlier in the season, and once I had my unlucky moment in Nürburgring, he all of a sudden stepped up, got a P2 that race, really good P2 as well against Vergas, and he's been not the most consistent, but that's mainly due to practice not being the best.
Yeah,
like he's not being able to practice as much as he probably would like to.
I won't embarrass you by asking how much practice you do, but it's a very important part of your sort of 2 weekly cycle. I know that you've been away, so you've not hopefully you've not been in training, Vader, in these 2 weeks as
I
much.
have, because I like, I like staying. I like knowing how far I can go on the car. I haven't trained at all with the hards or mediums. I've just been doing setups and lap times for my team, basically.
Yes.
I've also helped basically anyone I could who joined my lobbies, mainly Run, who was in my lobbies. So it clearly worked, as I can see.
Not that you're going to take credit for Run's performance, but I know what you mean.
No,
it's very generous of you
him.
as well. Very generous of you.
In him.
V8 is in 5th place then. Goalie and Beragos ahead of him. Mappy and Solshock behind of him. Mappy out of the pits after that very, very late pit stop. He now... and have you had Mappy trying to learn Spanish as well for you this season, Vader, or have you been able to communicate everything in English just fine?
I mean, he somewhat. My team, I did the maths. It's 60% Hispanic. Because we have me, Hervas, and Apex when he was racing. Now it's Holt. We're all 3 of us are Spanish, 100%. Senor Dude has, I think it was Salvatorian family. I don't know which part.
Wow.
Zenith also has Hispanic family.
Yeah.
I don't remember from where right now. Larry, I mean, from Los Angeles, that's mainly a Hispanic. That's a Hispanic part of the
Yeah, a
US.
lot of people are bilingual in LA, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because of that reason, yeah.
I mean, even Zenith, when I was racing with Herbas on Monza, we were talking in Spanish in the radio.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
that
I was
was
trying to
pretty fun.
catch a word or two from time to time because I have a little bit of Spanish myself, so I was enjoying that.
There it
Amac
is, yeah.
at the
Zenith.
back of the grid. He's on hard tyres for this. Oh, interesting. He's gone for a second set of hards. Vader Amac has, and Jose is 0.6 of a second only ahead of him. So double hard tyre is a very unusual strategy.
Yeah, I mean, when you have tire wear like that for on hard tires, you just have to do whatever you can to go long. Right now, this hards look much better than the other ones. So
Yeah.
he might be able to do a too hard and then medium, or even soft if he can go long enough. But I doubt it. Not because he can't, just because of how much of the race is left. I don't think he's going to be able to do soft.
Speaking of, we're into the second half of the race. Zenith Specs pipes up to drop a couple flags. I think that it's El Salvador and the USA. Is that?
Yeah,
what you
Zenith
said?
is Salvadorian, and then that's the. We were talking about Larry and the Hispanic legacy on my team.
That's awesome. Amac and Jose giving us the best entertainment at the moment. There is a little battle going on. That is for third place at the moment as well. Maybe I'll switch to that. As we can see, Roland in the distance, but Goalie is closing in on Beragos. 0.7 of a second between them here. Goalie on the hards, Beragos on the hards. Most everybody utilising those hard tyres. High tyre deg, both race and new update, of course, as they run on into the ankle here, and then Goalie off, 4 wheels off the circuit, 2 of them in the grass. Clearly pushing very hard right now.
Yeah.
Sniffing a podium here, and yeah.
That's one of the lines I told him. I showed him. Usually at least before the update, I haven't tried it after, but going 2 wheels slightly on the grass before the update didn't slow you down too much. It was maybe half a tenth, or not even half a tenth.
But you know, if you've pushed really hard, you've gained a little bit at the apex and the minimum speed as a trade-off. Yeah.
You gain a little bit and then you lose a tiny bit on exit, but it's basically you just stay on the same place you were.
So how are you feeling at this point, Vader, in the race? You've got to halfway. You've passed that kind of position. I'm just going to check out. I'll go into that in a second because I've just seen Vader, just seen V8, sorry, spin.
And damage.
Yeah, big damage, and that's going to be. I think I saw him headed in towards pit road. Let's see. Yeah, he's in for everything. Very odd, as you say. But yes, talk to me about these long races now, and we've got a bumper long race at the season finale. How are you feeling in the cockpit at this point, when you can see almost as much of the race still to go as you've already done?
Depends on the track or how you feel about the track. In my case, I think the worst race I've ever felt was last year at Dragon Trail. Or, well, last year and the year before. Those 2 races were really bad on me. Once you see yourself at the halfway point, if you feel the track is horrible or you feel you're not good at the track, the sensation is, my God, how do I keep going? What kind of motivation do I find to keep going?
Yeah. And then you're looking at what are you looking at? Mini sectors? You're looking at trying to just beat your last lap or things like that to try and.
For me, at least, I'm thinking about when am I pinning? Next lap? No, I'm thinking about in the straights mainly, calculating how many laps of fuel I have, how many laps until the next pit stop, making sure I know when to pit, and just trying to keep myself preoccupied with something to not think about, God, I have half of the race to go still.
And I'm sure every team is different, but are you in Team Mega? Are you keeping each other motivated? Do you try to stay quiet unless you have to talk, or What's the sort of comms situation between the team?
I'm a weird one. I'm concentrated when I talk, and when I don't, I kind of lose myself. So I need to talk from time to time, like every
Yeah.
2 laps or 3. I need something, because I zone out, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. Like a movie quote.
Look at this,
But
bit of side by side. Goalie going for the inside now, in towards the back of the knee. Oh, picks
that
up a
looked like an off
penalty.
track. Yeah, I was gonna say that looked like an off track on the right-hander.
Was the yes, of course, the right-hander was the issue. So here he is on the way out. Now you can get away with this if you feather, but he just kept the throttle on and thought, no, I need to get by. I wonder how Baragos looked at that, but
that could probably. I don't want to spoil things, but if goalie reports that, he might have a case.
You feel he was maybe
with
forced to the exit?
Maybe that's what what it looked like from stream. So there could be some lag involved. But
yeah, true.
From the outside, it looked like he was pushed off.
I mean, we have to say that would be very unusual for Baragos. He's usually absolutely really on the money when it comes to positioning the car, but we never know until we see both replays. We don't know. You know, it could only be one wheel distance separate, and he thought he was, you know, he had the right to the corner. But yeah, as you say, on stream, that's how it looked. As goalie goes down the inside, Baragos leaves the door open on the way through the toe. Can he get the exit though? Oh, there's the penalty. That sucks. He finally gets by, and
that's also 1.5. That's gonna be a huge drop in time.
Oh,
but yeah,
Dummy's trolling us, I think. Dummy says that's the Max Verstappen force-off move, but I really don't think that Baragos can be accused of that.
No, like I was about to say, fighting Baragos, at least on the SF, I haven't had the same luck on GT3s in ALR, but I love racing with him in races with the SF. He's really clean, like even on practice. Probably the least clean he's been was on Monza on practice last year.
Right.
That's it. That was the only race he was dirty, and I get it. He was fighting with me for the championship. You gotta be aggressive.
And we will couch that to say that dirty from your perspective. We'll give him right of reply, of course, from that perspective. And it's very difficult when you're a driver in a situation to be tunnel visioned. But Baragos pits comes out of the pit lane on a second set of hards. They didn't look that bad to my eye, but I guess better to pit once the window's open, Vader?
You usually want to, if you can stay out 1 lap or 2 longer, then you probably should. But if you're not, like if how do I say this? If you're too early, you're still gonna lose time unless you're thinking about changing the strategy.
Yeah.
Because for what he did, I think a medium stint would have been better, but he would know better. He's using the strategy plan a lot more than I am, so he would know about the small deviations in taking them a lap shorter while pushing a bit more, or 2 laps shorter. That he would know more about that than me. I think
there's a good argument for, you know, when there's a big heavy dose of unknown in the race, which is this new physics situation, that going that step more conservative just gives you that little bit of wiggle room as well. But obviously the hard tyres give up less grip anyway, so you're trading less grip every lap for the potential of running out of tyres. There's a fastest lap so far from V8. We're talking about V8 and his miracle working sometimes. Fastest lap on lap 28 on used but not terrible medium tyres there. 22.881. Obviously he's using overtake, but he has used nearly all of his overtake here on lap 28. Talk to us a little bit, Vader, because I've not been able to ask anybody here about the boost and how much you want to be using it, you know, at strategic points versus sort of rhythmically through the laps. What's your sort of take on the usage of the boost?
If you're alone completely, I'd say to not use them. Just focus on your strategy. Try not to burn too much fuel, and save a little bit for if you need to catch up if you need to catch up to somebody or you need to defend against somebody. But if you want to be using boost during the entire stint, like consistently, you want to look at how much fuel you have
Yep.
to know if you can use boost, how much boost left you have, and what lap of the race you're at. Because I try to take the boost at the same pace I'm doing the race. Like if I'm on lap 21, halfway through the race, I should have over 50% of the boost.
Right.
Or right at or over. I usually go over. Like if I'm 50%, I should have 65%. So
Right.
I have that little bit to fight or defend.
So Mappy went on to a second set of mediums, by the way.
Yeah.
So he hung on and hung on, and he's not gonna make a one-stop work. Is that? I mean, I guess he's going to avoid the hard tires. He's going to use the softs at the end. But having gone through all that pain, Vader, would you not feel like, okay, I've got my gap. I now just need to, manage the car on the hard tires and one-stop this one.
I would say I told him like you should go for the one-stop if you have the tire wear to do so. And if you have to pit before lap, I think it's at lap 18, you just go for the two-stop, like still going medium hard, but going for a soft at the end, which would be better, which is what I did last year, and that gave me, that was the first race I completely took over. Like no one else was on the lead, so that clearly worked. That's a good strategy, I'd say.
And of course, the other problem for Mappy here is he's come out on the softer compound tyre and he's behind Solshock, so he's being held up a little bit at this stage as well. He can't actually even deploy the full grip power of these medium tyres because he's in traffic. So that's kind of compounding the problem. If he were on hards, he could sit back until Solshock pitted or bide his time. But actually, having said that, he's so quick through turn one. Solshock must be on older tyres. As he... Oh, they clatter! They touch! But they're okay. They're okay. Touch wheel rims, but they're all right on the way through. Okay. That was very, very sketchy. That could have been disaster for both of them. We're going to watch that once again from chase view here. And we'll see how close to trouble they came, because it's difficult to go side by side through the S's. And there it was.
Solshock is on new hard, or basically new hards, so...
Okay, interesting.
He should be slower than Mappy, but not that much. He should be able to fight him off for a little bit.
Lap 30, and Run DMC and Roland pit then for the second time off their hard tyres. Looks like Run DMC might be going on to some mediums then to finish out the race. Goalie has made up places. He's in second, but very much will need to pit before the end of the race as well. So he tried the hard tyres and he hasn't been able to one-stop. I don't think, I mean, if Mappy can't make it work, then no one can make it work, basically.
That's probably a good analogy of the situation. But Goalie again is using way too much. Oh yeah, he was riding Veregas, so that's probably the reason he's not able to do on one stop anymore. He's gonna have to go. That is 11 laps. He should be good to go on mediums from now on.
Yeah.
He's 2 seconds behind Run. Oh yeah, no, he's gonna have to drop. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get on the podium, but let me see where is it? The engineering. See if I can get where Goalie will be on track when he pits.
His pit estimate thing, yeah. So we got Roland in third. He's only 2.2 seconds away from Beragos. Roland's come out on new mediums. Beragos is stuck on those hard tyres on that second pit stop. Hasn't been able to get himself back on the podium. And this is probably the most important race day for the top group in the championship, with you missing today, Vader. They'll all be eyeing this opportunity up as a chance to take a win. So far, only Beragos and Jose have won any races so far this season. It'd be great to see somebody new up there. At the moment, Run DMC goalie and Roland are there. I know it wouldn't be Run's first win ever, but certainly first in 2026. It would be a fantastic run. I can just see V8, another half-second penalty on V8's car. He just knows no different. It's just flat out all the time. And take the penalties.
That would be the second to last corner, I think. Half a second will be, yeah.
Right.
Second to last corner.
10 seconds further back. So Mappy is currently 36 seconds away from Run DMC, which is probably 26 from his teammate goalie, but Mappy has got to make another pit stop. He's used 2 sets of medium tyres so far, so everybody will be equal to him in front. I mean, we know Beragos has taken that third set of tyres, that second pit stop. Yellow flag on the track. That is Run DMC. No! Tell me it's not so. Run DMC's been off. Goalie's the new leader of the race. No. And there it is. Run DMC through the back of the knee. Got a complete tank slapper on there. I just saw the end of it as he tries to rejoin the track. He's doing a 27-point turn to try and avoid the wall, and almost spins in front of someone else as well. That is absolutely horrible for Run. So it's absolutely game on now. The goalie leads by 8 seconds from Run DMC in second.
That could probably lead to either Roland. That Roland is like 1.5 seconds behind Run DMC. That could lead to Roland winning the race.
Yeah, definitely. And I thought Roland had passed because it's a Team Cyan car, but it's Jose Luis Cervantes fighting for a podium earlier. Trying to, he's now been lapped by goalie, and he's got Run DMC spinning in front of him. So Roland, as you say, Vader, 1.3 seconds away from Run, and Run, I mean, he would have cooked the tyres a little bit, but it looks like he's okay in terms of damage.
Yeah, Run right now should be, how much? Okay, 25% boost. He's doing good on boost. He's exactly what I was saying. 25% boost on the last 25% of the race. He's on schedule for the boost. I also checked the engineering page to see how fuel was doing. He is perfect on fuel. He can just keep pushing, keep doing the overtake, and he'll be good to the end of the race with like 2 laps to spare.
Roland then, so he's virtually used all of his boost as well. We don't want to give the game away to the Igala team if any of the team are watching. I don't tend to like revealing stuff like that too close to the end of the race. Sometimes I know that some people can be keeping an ear on the comms on the mainstream while they are engineering for their driver, but there's not much that Roland can do about it now. But he can try and pressurize Run DMC into a second error. We'll see if that's possible. Medium tyres for each of them, roughly equal in their length. Beragos, still a dark horse for the win here today, just 7 seconds away from Run DMC, and his tyres should be golden all the way to the end, Vader, whereas Roland and Run will be thinking about their tyres at very least before the end of the race.
Yeah, I was looking at goalie, because he just pit for softs. He should be not pushing too hard, because both Run and Roland can push 100%. He should be doing 90% pace, which should put him close to Beragos if he doesn't have to pit anymore, or ahead of him if Beragos needs to pit for whatever reason at the end of the race. But he needs to catch up to Beragos on track to get a podium. So this is all about pace and trying to be better than whoever is in front. He has enough boost for the end of the race. Beragos, I couldn't see it on stream if he has enough boost as well.
No.
But knowing him, he should have enough. No,
he's got half what goalie has right now. Goalie 8 laps, and he's got to catch and pass an 8-second gap here. Rizbak saying goalie might be slightly short on fuel and he needs to be careful, so he's not going to be able to deploy that boost with great freedom. He's going to have to make up for any boost he uses with short shifting, lift and coast, and things like that.
He has barely enough fuel to make it.
But still, Team Mega 4th and 5th right now. Mappy 27 seconds away from the lead. Roland regaining the lead, of course, with that pit stop from goalie. Everybody on their tyres to the end. No, Mappy still has to pit.
I've extended my stay as much as I could. I gotta go now, though.
We are super grateful, Vader. Thank you so much for sharing the comms booth with us today. Great to have you, and we'll see you on track very soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll try to do my best in Interlagos with this horrible update.
Maybe it'd be rolled back in time and you'll have done exactly the right thing. Good luck, and thanks so much, Vader. Appreciate it hugely.
Yep.
So Soulshot could be... Thanks a lot, man. Soulshot could be on for a 5th here, potentially, with Mappy's pit stop. Vicinity and V8 are separated by 0.4 of a second. If you can, guys, give some love out to Vader for giving up his time today. It's a relatively short notice. It's great to have our reigning and defending champion in the comms booth with us. So he might not read the live chat back. So drop him a DM or mention him in a channel somewhere. That was great, absolutely brilliant to hear from him. Actually, hear from an expert for once. Here is V8 in P8 as he's 0.3 of a second away then from Vicinity. Vicinity now will be in defensive mode. Often he's fairly circumspect about battling with faster drivers, but V8 cruises by on the way into the bus stop despite Vicinity's best efforts there to defend. We'll watch that once more from a different angle as Vicinity takes the inside line, and without using any boost, or at least having drained the boost tank. Look at the slip angle there. V8 on the way through the bus stop, absolutely just sliding through the third part of the 4-part bus stop. Love it. Vader will be hopefully back with us at Interlagos, as he says, for the final 2 rounds of the season. But we could be in a position where we can crown him, not posthumously, but we can possibly crown Vader champion if Peragos doesn't win today. We could be crowning him before the start of the next race of the season. Such is his current dominance. Absolutely incredible. Soul has died, says Red. He's okay on the track. Let me just double check. I think, Red, can you reserve died for disappeared off the server? Can you use something different, where like crash or something if they're still here? Because you're making me panic. Soulshock P8 has slowed, obviously. But he's still here, P8 right now, and that promotes V8 and Vicinity then. Mappy's in 5th place, 30 seconds from the lead. We've got getting on for just a few laps left to go, 6 to go at the moment, and I can hear in my ear, I think we've got Mr. Nicky Lauda, who's fresh from engineering S2. Hello. Great to have you, Nicky. Please don't spoil anything about S2 for us. This is where we find ourselves into the final stint of action in the final few laps for S1. So how's your race day been so far today? You've been enjoying it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm enjoying the engineering job in the Formula divisions very much, even though it can be frustrating at times to be on the edge of the seat when you're not on the wheel and are a passenger and see incidents happening and you want to scream and shout at people, but it doesn't help.
But you managed to keep it calm and reserved, do you, on the radio, and keep the drivers motivated, yeah?
Absolutely. Half of the job of an engineer is to keep the driver focused and calm and tell him to keep his head down and focus on his braking points and not get hung up on some incident a couple of corners ago.
Yes, indeed. So easy to have things play on your mind, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to have your concentration A-game running in these cars. If you lose focus for a second, you miss your brake marker and you're off.
Absolutely.
But nice to see that my teammate is leading the race.
Definitely. Run's been brilliant so far. He's had one little snafu before you joined us, I think, before you joined us anyway. He has had a little frightening moment. Roland is certainly within a chance here of a victory as well. This would be an all-new podium here with our drivers, I think. Just going to go ahead and check that. But yeah,
nice.
Run DMC, third and second he's had, so this could be his best. Roland has, what has he managed so far? He's managed 2 third places, so this could be his best result. And Goalie, of course, brand new with us, could be on the podium as well. He's passed Beragos, so I think Beragos had an off because we've missed Beragos dropping behind Goalie, and that's a significant gap now. It was 7 seconds the other way round, so Beragos down to 4th. I don't know if anybody connected with the engineer app can update us on anything that happened with Beragos. Unfortunately, that's a very strange one, very unusual for him.
Tires.
He is.
He's
yeah.
on hard tires, so he will not catch up with the lead group anymore, I guess.
And Mappy, I believe Mappy's running his second set of mediums, and I think he still needs to stop, and we're getting very close to the end here. Rizback says it was nothing special, just hards versus softs. Mappy closed an 8-second gap and has reopened a 7-second gap since the last time we looked at them. I guess I was deep in conversation with Vader at the time, but somewhat sitting at the learning tree when it came to chatting with Vader there on the way in towards the heel of the boot. Mappy in P5, and so far those temporary signs around the track have remained in position, whereas in qualifying they're in the middle of the road. V8's in 6th place. He's had a very adventurous race, peppered with penalties all over the place. Lost. So Dummy says Beragos lost 5 seconds on a lap a small while ago. Yeah, we could probably have a look at that. There it is, 1 minute 30 on lap 37. That'll be the decisive one. So that is not a straightforward pass by any stretch of the imagination. Could anybody watching in the live chat just double check Mappy's starting strategy? Because I think he needs to pit for a second time to be legal, but maybe not. Maybe I just got his starting tyres wrong, because he's on a second set of mediums with 3 laps to go.
Yeah,
Run DMC leads.
That pit stop run.
Yeah. Run DMC leads by 3.6 seconds. Roland in P2 and Goalie in 3rd place. Nicky, have you been out at Watkins Glen in the SF23s at all?
No, not in the Super Formulas, but I love that track in the Group 3 cars.
It's quite a different beast in the SF23s, especially that bus stop. It's utterly frightening. If you get the chance to watch on board with somebody, then check that out. Mappy's crash with damage, says Zenith. Mappy crashed with damage. He's not wearing damage right now, but maybe that was he had a short spell on some tyres earlier on. I think that might be what this would be pit number 3 for Mappy, says Zenith. So I think, yeah, he had a short spell on hards, crashed, and then changed the strategy. That'll be it. So thank you for that, Zenith. Yeah. What are the bits that make you happy around Watkins Glen, particularly then, Nicky?
Yeah, if you nail the bus stop chicane and you get into a flow where the middle section is like really a smooth section, if you get the entry right and can hold up the speed through the fast paced corners, so that is really satisfying.
It does have a lot of flow, this track, as well. Even the slowest corners still a relatively high medium speed. It's a little bit like Silverstone in that respect, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only it's got hills, so it's even better. But those barriers are quite frightening around here. You don't really get those at Silverstone. So Beragos, it was a strange situation there. I just saw with AMAC's car. AMAC caught Beragos, and then I thought he was about to unlap himself against Beragos anyway. And he decided not to on the way to the bus stop. I imagine Beragos probably quite happy about that. But I think Beragos might be fuel saving at the moment. He's quite low. We got 1 lap to go. Sorry,
yeah,
2 laps to go.
He dropped 2 seconds in the last lap to the player behind, but it's not gonna be enough to lose that P4.
Run DMC starting his final lap of the race in towards the left-hander then, the little chute around the ankle. Rizback says not fuel saving for Beragos. That's not the situation. He's doing something a little bit strange to be losing down the straight to AMAC after the first sector. That's very odd for me. That's very unusual. Anyway, Run DMC through the heel of the boot. He's just got one really tricky corner, this one, to come. And then two fairly straightforward, fast and flowing corners. He's already weaving the car. Don't do it to us, Run. You've spun already today. Here he comes then. He won last year, but this will be the first one in 2026. Run DMC wins for Regala Motorsport. Much to Nicky's pleasure, I'm sure, as his teammate across divisions. Roland home, just 6 seconds back for his best finish of the season. And we'll be waiting a hot minute here for newcomer, reserve driver goalie to bring it home and put it in the back of the net. There he is, goalie across the line, P3 for in Lord Vader's car. So any hopes of people challenging Team Mega have just evaporated. Beragos home in fourth. We've got I think that's AMAC smashing the car to pieces on the line at the exit of the final corner. Mappy will come through. There's the yellow flag that I hate to see for drivers coming through close together, fighting on the final lap. Mappy fifth, V8 sixth, Vicinity home in his Gecko Racing. That's a strong result for Vicinity. I think he'd be happy with that one. Solshock, the last driver to finish for PSV Racing. And Nicky, how's it been this race day, this long stint? I guess it's very, very nice of you to come by. Talk to me a little bit about your reaction to the physics as well and preparation for the next round.
Yeah, I think the physics are quite an interesting thing to happen to everybody, because we all need to relearn our braking points or brake markers. Apparently, you can brake very much 30% to 50%, something in that area later.
Wow.
That really changes every track, every lap, how you approach it a little bit. But it also makes stuff interesting because you have something new to learn and adapt to. So I increased my pace a bit after the update. I don't know if that's
nice.
Natural progression, or it's just that the update suits my driving style. I don't know.
Adaptability maybe as well could be a strength.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to the follow-up patch that will surely come. I'm guessing 1.72 will come in the next weeks and do some little adjustments here and there.
Can we get another podium out of you before the end of the season, do you think? What do you think is going to be your best finish?
My best finish was a P3 early on in the season, but the competition has gotten really tough in the G1 division. As you've known, these alien drivers at the top, they are in a different league. So I had hopes for P3 in the championship, but my last race, unfortunately, I had a disconnect 2 laps before the checkered flag. That P6 would have gotten me a P3 in the championship, at least momentarily. So I'm looking forward to the last races, not particularly to Yas Marina, because I hate the track limits. A penalty on that track, it always annoys me. Doesn't matter how carefully you try to drive within the track limits. At some point, you look at some wide line the wrong way, and
it's a hell of a run for you guys to finish the season. Yas Marina, Autopolis International, that's the long form of Autopolis. And then you're climbing the mountain. Mount Panorama as a season finale is absolutely outstanding. I love to see that. Just to give a quick provisional rundown, it's Run DMC, Roland and goalie, the podium. Beragos, Mappy and V8 in 6th place there. Vicinity in 7th, Solshock in 8th. We've got Jose, AMAC and Matt. Matt DNF'd quite early on. So 10 finishes from 11 starters here today. Nicky, it's been fantastic to hear from you. Hopefully we can get you in a little bit longer into the comms box another time in future. But
thanks for having me.
It's great to hear from you, and always good to race with you as well. So thanks, Nicky.
Absolutely. Thanks. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations to Run DMC. Go Igala, go.
Thanks, guys. Thanks everyone for watching as well. It's been a really, really enjoyable race day. So I appreciate everyone for hitting all the positive buttons on the video on the way out today. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But make sure, the biggest thing right now is we need to get our 4,000 watch hours. So we need another 750 odd watch hours before the end of the season. So do everything you can for SVR's channel. Leave some playlists running overnight, please. We really, really need those watch hours because the rules change in February, and the monetization goal has doubled for watch hours. So do everything you can to support the channel in that target right now. And we will catch you next week. Don't forget, we will see you on the channel for replay call race of S2 on Thursday. Webb's Day is on Wednesday. If you want to race and you're in the European time zones, come join us. But from me, Webbo, from our co-commentators today, Nikki from Vader, from everyone here at SVR, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next race day.